Attention, citizens.
Hello. Today we're doing checking out another random video between reactor spotlights for the new month. Now, this was actually a request. I was checking out the comments, commenting back, like giving little hearts and whatnot. And I saw this one by Marshall. Marshall, welcome to the channel. You asked, can you please react to the House of Dragons, Ewan Mitchell and Tom Glynn-Carney talk the new season? Explain this, Esquire. I think you would love their chemistry. They're from a show on HBO, House of Dragons. It's a prequel from the Game of Thrones. Also love your videos. Love that end part. Like Game of Thrones a lot. However, before we get into the video, let me give you a little. I'm gonna be totally transparent with you. Can I be transparent? Can I be vulnerable with you guys for a second? I love Game of Thrones. However, I wasn't a big fan of Jon Snow's story at all. Anytime they went to that snow and ice part and the black wall or the Black Plague, wherever they call it, I hate it. I know it was part of, look, listen. Are you listening to me? I knew it was part of the story. I get it. It's part of the story. He's gonna be the king, blah blah blah. I knew he was pivotal. I knew he was gonna. I'm not a Kit Harington fan. I'm not. I don't find the draw of him like a lot of people do. If you do, that's fine. To each his own. A lot of people love the Jon Snow. A lot of people like the Jon Snow storyline more than the rest of the storylines. I did not get that. I dreaded every time when that episode, and was it season 3 or 4, Hard Home. It was toward the last few seasons. Hard Home, when it was like all focused around. There was a couple of episodes focused around Jon Snow. I hated those episodes. I dreaded. I watched it just because the story was good, but it's part of the whole story. So you have to know the whole thing to understand what the hell's going on. But I hated it. I just really hated his. I hated it every time they went to the Black Wall or the crows, and I hated the whole thing about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the reason why I haven't really jumped into Game of Thrones yet. As like for a Patreon, I wanted to do True Blood because I like True Blood. I could stomach True Blood. There's no snow. There's no Kit Harington. Look, I'm funny about certain things. I admit to it. I know I am. I'm very particular about certain things. And Game of Thrones is good, but this last season was very sad. Despite that, the Jon Snow thing, like I said, was not a big thing. The new House of Dragons, I am intrigued what this is like. But I also have reservations about it too, because of Game of Thrones. Since I love the actors of Game of Thrones so much, it's going to be hard for me to like the new characters. I know it's a prequel. I get it. I know you need a new character. Once I watch the first season, I'll probably get into it, but as far as right now, I'm just like, oh my god, I have to get used to a bunch of new characters. Isn't that horrible? Oh my god, what first world problems I have, right? Like I said, it's just me. I'll probably get to it sooner or later. Like I said, I'm intrigued by the series. I love everyone's like, there's lots of dragons in this one. You should have no issues with it because everyone had, they wanted the dragons to grow up in the first Game of Thrones. It was by the second or third season finally. Now there's dragons all over the goddamn place. So I should be loving it. I should be. And I probably will. Just give me time. But so anyway, Marshall, I get off. Don't get me off on a tangent. I do that a lot. This is Ewan Mitchell and Tom Glynn-Carney. What a name. Let's check this out. I'm intrigued. This is by Esquire. Let's hope Esquire doesn't partially block this shit.
Like to film
hold on. That's fascinating. It's always, what do you guys think about that when actors don't watch the original media. It's like with me with like when people like they do video game adaptations, for example. The Last of Us with those two fantastic actors. They never played the game before, and they were encouraged not to play the game. So that way, I guess it would influence them in their acting. Even in Fallout, they didn't really instruct them. Get to know the source material by playing the game. A couple of them did, though. A couple of the actors did play the game so they can have an idea of what the world they're getting into, and the feeling they might get into going into this, immerse themselves into this world as an actor. Even some actors don't even like. This is a good example. He didn't watch Game of Thrones. So he didn't want to influence or his performance, which is fascinating how that works out. The other guy's like, oh hell no, I watched the whole damn thing. I loved every minute of it. I love that. What do you guys think about that? Does that kind of curb your take if the actor of the sequel or the prequel doesn't watch the source material? How do you guys feel about that? Does that be like, oh no, I get that, or do you guys kind of like, oh that's kind of strange? Why would you want to do that? It'd be like a disconnect. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what you guys. White hair. I never realized how that white hair just washes them out. That white hair just washes the color out. Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. When you're white, you look like almost like a white. It's so like white.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He was in freaking Saltburn. That's him from Saltburn. Is that same actor from Saltburn? Are you serious? I recognize this cat. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. If you read his lips, it didn't seem like that. He kind of like, okay, yeah. But it could be just like, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Ewan, for being a fantastic co-star and a wonderful friend.
Thank you for having us, Esquire.
You can watch House of the Dragon on HBO.
They did have great chemistry with each other. And I always like to see the insight of an actor because what they think, and it just fascinates me. Maybe it's because I always into like sociology and psychology and stuff like that. It's just body language and how they riff off each other and their thought process on the whole genre and how they go into a scene or how they pick a role. It's always been kind of fascinating how actors go through that mentally and all that. So this was good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What do you guys think about this? And yeah, other than that, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Love, peace, and grease, and bye.